Hello? Just wanted to check audio for a second. Hopefully you can hear me. James, if you can't hear me, you better text me, please. Okay, thanks. Can you hear me at this volume? Great, okay. Okay, welcome if you're already streaming live with us. We're going to get started in a second. We're going to do our standing warm-up in a minute though, but I just wanted today to give an extra minute for people just to get through the tech side of it, since it's our first live stream. So let's just take a few minutes. If you want to meditate with me, you can, or just get a drink. If you have a yoga block, grab that. It'll be handy, but not necessarily mandatory sort of item. I recommend something soft, like a blanket, if you have one. Let me just check in that my volume is good. Great, looks like we're good. So if you can't hear me, it's probably something you're doing. So tap some buttons until you get some audio. Hopefully you've got the video. And we'll just take another minute just to let any stragglers get in before we get started. Okay. All right, let's begin. Please find your way up to standing. We'll start with our Ba Chang Gong sequence. Feet about hip width apart. Let's start by looking to the right, come up on the balls of the feet. Now look forward, come down. Looking left, come up. Forward and right. Forward and left. And back to the front. Keeping the heels down, look up. Center, down. Center, up. Center, down. Back to center, leaning the head to the right. Leaning the head to the left. Leaning the head to the right, this time chin up a bit. And down a bit. Back to center, lean the head to the left. Chin up a bit. Chin down a bit. And back to center. Half circles with the head. And center. You set your thumbs in a light fist, elbows bent, roll the shoulders back. And forward. And fingertips to the collarbone, roll the elbows forward. And then back. Shifting to your left foot, lift the right. Shifting to your right foot, lift the left. to center. Big arm circles forward. Careful not to hit any lights or fans. And back. Okay, thumbs in a light fist, elbows out. Circle in at the elbow joint. And another way. And interlacing fingers, wrist rolls. Other way. Some waves. Reverse. And rub the palms. Hands to kidneys. Take the hips around. Other way. Back to center, shift into your left foot, right leg comes across and opens out in a big arc. And then inwards. Other leg opening out. And in. And heels together, toes together. Rub the palms. And the knees, rub the knees. Keep the knees together, take them around. Other way. And standing up. Ankle rotations. Other way. Other foot. Other way. And then heels together, feet angled out, lift the toes, relax the arms, and gently twist. Let's take this one a little further. Take the feet out, make a gentle fist with the hands, and we're tapping lungs and kidneys. So palm side of the fist in the front, and the back, it's the back of the fist. Okay, back to center, toes in, feet parallel, bend the knees, drop the tailbone, really ground yourself, and then rocking gently forward and back. Back to the center. Now lift one leg with both arms, then the other. And elephant wags its trunk. All right, back to center and shaking it out. With a jump. One more time with a jump. Okay, great. Let's begin. I'm just going to do a quick check-in to make sure everything's going good, audio and visual. But you can just find your way into wide-legged child's pose because that's where we're going next. All right, we are good to keep going. So wide-legged child's pose. Of course, knees wide, sitting back on your heels, arms forward. Then walking the hands in. So I'll try and make it so that if you don't hear me saying anything, then typically just hold whatever position you're in. If I want you to move to the next position, I'll say something audio. Okay, so let's come to all fours, and we'll come into cat-cow next. So inhale, tilting the belly down, look forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, belly up, relax the head. And continue with your breath flow in cat-cow. On your next inhalation, please come back to neutral. Take the hands a little wider if that's comfortable for you for hip circles in one direction. And the other way. And forward into kneeling push-up position. Possibly a few chaturanga push-ups. Possibly holding in chaturanga before you go all the way down. And then coming back to the center, slide your left hand in, right hand out, and then peeling up the left side of the body. And coming back to the center, hands beside the chest, elbows in, neck long, come into a light cobra. So you can hover your hands and slowly reach forward. And releasing down, tuck the chin, rest the forehead. And lying tiger, lift the left arm, right leg. Left arm, right leg. Your head lifts a little bit, or you can rest it down. Keep the neck long. Then releasing down. Take a breath. Other side, left leg, right arm. And slowly releasing. Hands beside the chest, elbows in, coming into a light cobra, or coming into upward dog. And then back to downward facing dog, knees bent. Walking the dog if you like. Inhale, come forward to plank position. And then back to downward dog. In this down dog, lift your heels up high. Then heels down low. Heels up. Heels down. Then the knees look forward, step, walk, or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale to flat back. Holding flat back. And bending the knees, ragdoll forward.
Fingertips down. Keep the right foot forward. Take the left leg way back. Low lunge. Up onto the thigh, if you like, or even reaching up high if you prefer. And floating the hands down, lower the back knee, point the back toes, and then see if you can lighten or lift the back knee in the toe pointed position. And lowering the back knee down. Keep the front foot flat, shifting back. Reach forward through the right big toe, tilting forward to go a little deeper. And then coming forward, shift your foot a bit wide, bring your arm on the inside. Hands forward, coming into the lizard pose. And pressing up, tuck the back toes under, hop the back leg forward. Inhale to flat back once again. Exhale to fold, bend the knees, send the right leg back. Come up onto the thigh, tuck the tailbone, maybe reaching up high if you prefer. And lowering down, lower the back knee, point the back toes, press the tips of the toenails into the floor, see if you can lift your back knee or just lighten it. And lowering the back knee down. Keep your front foot flat, shift your hips back, reach forward through the left big toe, tilting forward to go deeper in the hamstring. Then shifting forward, take the foot a bit wide, arm on the inside, hands forward, elbows back to whatever degree you can in lizard pose. And pressing up, tuck the back toes under, hop the back leg forward, inhale, flat back, exhale to fold, and firm the legs, inhale, sweep wide and up, exhale, namaste. Okay, take a second, shake it out, clear your mat, get a sip of water if you need it. Okay, next we take a wide stance on our mat. Press the outside edges of the feet, hands on the hips, roll shoulders back, tuck the tailbone a bit. And then turn your left toes in, right toes out, reaching up, tone back leg, inhale, exhale, arms wide in warrior two. And the right forearm down, leaning forward, arm over, extended side angle pose. You also have your hand on the floor. And from the back leg, inhale, draw yourself up, hands to the hips. Right toes in, left toes out, make sure your heels are in line, reaching up. Tone the back leg continuously, and then arms wide, warrior two, left side. Left forearm down, right arm reaches over and extended, side angle pose. Possible to bring the hand down or on a block. And egg from your back leg, inhale, draw yourself up. Turn your left toes in, and interlace the fingers behind you. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart, tone the legs, and then folding forward, lean with the heart, lift the sits bones. You might be able to round forward, you might be able to draw your arms over top. Then strong legs, tuck the tailbone, draw yourself up. Release the hands, bring both heels in. Interlace the fingers. This time reverse that interlacing and turn the palms forward. And then taking the knees wide as you take your arms up into goddess horse stance. Imagine there's a post in front of you. Inhale, reach up, grab the top of it. Exhale, press it down into the solid ground. One more time. Okay, press the legs up. Shake out the arms. Hands just above the knees. Rest the weight of the upper body into the legs. You might shift a little side to side if it's comfortable. You might take a shoulder forward. Just make sure you don't let the knees collapse in. Back to center, sinking down even lower. Maybe shifting a little side to side. Come back to the center, walk the hands forward, turn the heels out and back, sitting back into wide-legged down dog. And then coming in, hands in, come into flat back extension and wide-legged position. You could stay there or fold forward as deeply as you can, crown of the head towards the floor or on. And pressing up, start to bring the feet in. Burn the legs, tuck the tailbone, and draw yourself up. Bring the feet in the rest of the way. Get a little bit, get a sip of water if you need one. Okay, next we're going to do a sun salutation. And we're going to do a nice long down dog hold at the down dog part. So let's start though in Tadasana. We'll take 5 breaths in mountain pose. Join me when you're ready. On the next inhalation, let's turn the palms, sweep wide, reach up as high as you can. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back extension. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the hands, step, walk, jump back. You could go right to downward dog or go through the vinyasa. And once you're in the downward dog, you could do a walk in the dog, swaying the hips, whatever version that you would like. Now the next exhalation, please bend the knees, look forward, step, walk, jump to the top of the mat. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to fold. Firm the legs, inhale, sweep widen up. Exhale, namaste. And next we're coming into tree pose, either regular tree pose or half lotus versions. If you're in the half lotus version, you might go into the forward fold. Inhale and release. Shifting to the right foot, left leg comes up, or other side as it may be. You're going into the forward fold. You don't have to do the wrap behind, but you can if you want. And slowly releasing from there. Okay. On your way to the top of the mat. Bending the knees, sitting back, chair pose. Sitting nice and low. And then straighten the legs, fold over. We're going to pause here in standing forward fold. If you can have your legs straight, keep your legs straight. If you want to take your feet hip width, you can be hip width. Then either grabbing your ankles or big toes, or even hands palm up under your feet. You need to bend your knees, you can. And fingertips down. Step, walk, or jump back. You could go right to downward dog or through a vinyasa. In the downward dog, take your feet a little closer together. Then take your right leg up and over. And swing that right leg all the way forward between the hands. Turn your back heel down, rising up into warrior one. And straighten your front leg, hands to the hips, roll shoulders back, and legs straight, leading with the heart, tilting forward. Now coming back up, right, bend the front leg, hands in airplane wing position, lean forward, step, slide, or hop up. Toppling tree, 45-degree airplane, 90-degree airplane, full warrior three, or you can come into standing splits. Then stepping back, push up position. You can go right to downward dog or through a vinyasa. This down dog, bring your feet a little closer. Bring the left leg up and over. And swing that leg all the way forward between the hands. Then the back heel down, rising up to warrior one. And straighten the front leg, hands to the hips, roll shoulder back, leading with the heart, tilting forward. Back upright bend, front leg, hands in airplane wings, step slide up. Toppling tree, 45 airplane, 90-degree airplane, warrior three maybe. Maybe standing splits. And stepping back, leg back. You could go right to downward dog or through the vinyasa. Now please bend the knees down. We're going to step the left leg behind the right. Extend the right leg and reach the left arm up. Staying here in supported plank or coming into regular side plank. Notice this tendency to lift too high. Try to get that straight. Back to center. Let's knees down for a second. And then stepping the right leg back, extend the left leg, right arm up. Maybe stacking both feet. Don't overlift. And then come back to center, knees down, knees together, feet wide. Sit back in between the heels. If you need to, you can get a drink. If you want, you could recline and do your asana, or you can do both. Okay, and then pressing up. Moving forward from downward dog, we're going to swing the right leg forward for pigeon pose. Hips square to the front. You could be an upright or bowed pigeon. And then on the next exhalation, find your way back through downward dog. And left leg forward, left side, king pigeon, hips square to the front. Upright or bowed. And then the next exhalation, find your way back through downward facing dog. And taking your feet forward a bit, a little wider, sitting back into Malasana, garland pose. And you can stay here in garland pose for a few more breaths, or you could work on your crow pose. Be careful, of course. And then coming into a seated position for boat pose next. Catch and hold behind the hamstrings, balance on your 3 points, extending arms, chest lifted.
Then feet up. And reaching forward. Maybe legs. And flat feet together, knees wide. Baddha Konasana. Other seat. And feet forward a bit. Control the ankles, sit up tall, tilting forward, rounding forward. And sitting up, catch hold of your big toes, balancing on your 3 points. Take the feet wide out to the side. And then down into 25Mar2020 Konasana. Stay up nice and tall. Press the inner thighs down as you reach up. Inch forward, an inch, lengthen to taller. Inch, lengthen. Sitting up. And then bringing the feet together. Hands beside you or in your lap. See if you can press up. And then sitting down. You might use a block for this. We're going into Janu Shirshasana A or Janu Shirshasana B. In which case you might use a block. You can use a block in either case, really. Sitting up tall. And then hinging forward, so you can grab your ankle or foot or use a strap if you have one. And sitting up. Release, right leg forward, left leg in, Janu Shirshasana A or Janu Shirshasana B. Maybe supporting some knees. Sitting up tall. Catch hold of ankle or foot or strap. Sitting up from there. Take a comfortable cross-legged position. And then see if you can take that forward at all. Maybe a bit, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit more, maybe all the way forward. And sitting back upright if you aren't already. And then other foot in front. Sitting up tall, hinge forward to a comfortable degree. You can also use your block if you have one. Okay, sitting up. Have your block handy if you have one. If you want to use it. We're going to find our way onto our back for a little bridge. So lying back, you want to just be able to touch your ankles, bend the elbows, press them into the floor to lift the hips up.
And then setting the hips down to the right. Extend the left leg. Place the right foot gently over the left knee. Left arm grabs that leg and pulls it over as the other arm reaches out. And back to the center. Feet flat, shift the hips over to the left a little bit. Extend the right leg. Place the left over the right knee. Right hand grabs the left leg, draws it over as the left arm reaches out in the opposite direction, looking left if it's comfortable. Coming back to the center. Hug your knees in towards you. And take the knees a little wider. And catch hold of your ankles or your feet or your big toes for happy baby. Keep your hips down on the floor. Maybe stretching the legs out. And then press the legs up to Vipreet Karani, waterfall pose. If you want to add a block, I know I would. Just take 7 or 8 breaths, legs up. Deep breaths. We're getting close to our final relaxation time, so it's breathing deep and long, preparing for that transition into stillness. Lowering down. Remove your block if you have one. Hug your knees in towards you. Now today, we have more time. We have hopefully a lot more time, I guess. So what we'll do is we'll break up the Shavasana into a Shavasana and a meditation. So we'll do a few minutes of just lying flat. And if you like, you can log out at that point and say goodbye. If you want to join me for a meditation sit, we'll sit after that. So for these few, though, I very highly recommend sticking around for the Shavasana. If you want the lower back supported position, this is the leg position you want. You can also have the legs straight out, of course. Roll a shoulder blade for just a few minutes before we get into our Now, please take your time. Feel free to, if you want to do your meditation staying in Shavasana, by all means, stay as you are in Shavasana. If you want to set up for seated meditation and join me for about maybe 10, maybe 15 minutes in seated meditation, I'm happy to stay and do that with you. Thanks so much for those of you who have to go. Thanks so much for joining us, and I hope that you can join us again next week. I'm pretty sure we're going to try this again. I really love any feedback that you can give, any pointers or any tips for a better video quality experience. Yeah, this has been really great. It's going to be hard to get me offline now. So thanks so much for giving this a whirl, and I hope you enjoyed it as well. And we'll see you next time. Hope you can stay though and meditate with me. But anyway, namaste if you have to go. I'm going to start setting up for my meditation posture. So if you like, I'll give a little bit of a guided meditation for those of you who would benefit from that. If you would prefer just to sit in silence, you can hit the mute button. So that's a nice little thing you can't do in real life that you can do on this. So feel free, if you like, hit the mute button. If you want to hear the guided meditation, just take a couple minutes. Just kind of ease you into the practice. So just start by relaxing the body, focusing on the breath. Noticing the breath go in and out of the nose, above the upper lip, and inside the nostrils. Noticing any tension anywhere and just relaxing again and again. Notice any thoughts arising. Imagine they're like clouds just passing through your consciousness like the sky, unstained by the clouds as they pass through. Start to get in touch with your sensations in your body. Now turning your attention deeply inward can help to scan the body from the top of the head down to the toes so you feel every part of the body without missing anything. You want to just be a casual observer, observing the sensations of the body without judging them as good or bad, pleasant or unpleasant. Just trying to feel as much as you can.
Anytime you notice your mind's wandered, just come back to the breath, back to the body, this present moment. Patience and persistence. Again, noticing any tension arising anywhere, and just relaxing into your breath, relaxing into your body, relaxing into your present moment experience. Let's just take 10 more very mindful breaths. Out and in, count 1, out, in, 2, etc. Let's try to count 10 breaths without the mind wandering, with the mind being sharp and present the whole time. Now, for those of you who are still with me, if you'd like to join me in a loving kindness meditation, that's how I always end my meditations. It's a great way to focus all that, the good energy you've freed up in the body, opens your heart, and really infuses your connection with others with more love, which is always a good thing. So it's good when you're doing a loving kindness meditation to have something that you can connect to in terms of an emotional experience. So hopefully you can recall a time in your life where you felt deeply supported and loved, and we're going to kind of draw from that and try to send that out as an offering to all beings who could really use it. Just thinking of that feeling that you got when you were truly loved and supported and cared for, and just making a heart offering of that experience. May anyone in the world who needs love, care, and support, may they find it close by. May all be happy. May all be healthy. May all be peaceful. May all be free. May all be safe. May all find great joy. Okay, thank you all for joining us. Feel free to keep meditating if you like. But I'm going to sign out now, and I hope to see you again next time. Thanks again, everyone. Namaste.